Yes, I'm live again. I am, yeah, because American Bulldog. I don't know whether to feel flattered or offended. He said, I am brilliant for something on the lines of I'm brilliant for insomniacs who can't sleep. I send people to sleep. So you're saying I'm fucking boring then, are you? Or have I got hold of the wrong end of the stick? Thank you very much, you bastard, whoever you are. Uh, well, I'm sorry, but if nobody chooses to join me on here, all I can do is waffle. But you want me to talk about the royal family? Yeah. Well, I mean, when Prince, a message from Karen. Well, I'm on now, Karen. She missed my last live broadcast. She sent me a message. She sent me a message. Yeah, anyway, she might come on. So, when Diana was murdered in Paris, and make no doubt about it, she was murdered. I mean, I say, why did they turn off the cameras in that tunnel? Why was the accident cleared up and the road immediately opened? Why was her body swiftly embalmed? She was bumped off. Yeah, she was an embarrassment to the royal family, and she was killed. They murdered her, no doubt about that. This may get me knocked off YouTube for what I'm saying, but it's true. And as for the paedophile royal family, well, what proof is there? I suppose there is proof, is there? I mean, Mountbatten was murdered, and the suggestion is that he was a paedophile, unlike the boys. Charles, I mean, Diana was brought in to give Charles children because fucking Camilla, the dog, she couldn't give him children. You know, they had to be royal stock. And Diana did her job and gave him two sons. And she became very, very popular with the public. They all loved Diana more so than the rest of the royal lot. And with some of the things she got involved with, like the landmines, she became an embarrassment, and they had to get rid of her, and they did. Diana was gorgeous. She brought humanity back into the royal family. It was very strictly pompous, and when Charles was a little boy and the Queen came back from a tour, she shook hands with little Charles. Well, of course, Diana just gathered her sons together and gave them big hugs because that was something the royal family didn't normally do. You know, protocol. Where's where's Karen? Well, I mean, when I was on the corridor in the miners' strike, I was just doing a job. That's all. I don't want anybody coming on attacking me for being a scab and going over picket lines. I just did a job. I could have said to the boss, no, I'm not going to cross those picket lines. He'd have told me to go home. He'd have put somebody else in the truck. Because at one time the police stopped me and said, speak to the pickets, please. And don't antagonise them because it makes our job worse. So I said, yeah, all right. And I pulled up, you know, we're asking you not to cross our picket line. And I pointed down to the name on the door. I said, he owns the vehicle, look. There is his phone number. Phone him and tell him I'm just his driver. Well, but they don't work like that. They approach the driver and they said, we're asking you. I said, well, I can refuse to cross this picket line. And all he'll do is send me home and put someone else in the truck. And they said, so are you going to cross? I said, I have no choice. And then the shots went up, who fucking scab? Scab! And the police came up. He said, "We asked you not to antagonise them." I said, "Look, I'm going in, right? Get these people out of the way." And I drove in. I mean, so I am a union scab. But I've never been a big union man, you know. All the years I drove trucks, I worked for private companies. I once pulled up at a pit in Wales, and the crane driver said, I drove all the way from Cheddar in Somerset to pick a load of coal up, and the crane driver said, "Are you in the union?" I said, "No." He says, "Well, you won't get a load then." I says, "Beg your pardon, who the hell are you?" He says, "I'm shop steward." So I went to see the management, and they said, "We can't do anything about it, mate. It's a shop here. The union who were in the job." I said, "What a fiasco." And I said, I phoned the boss. He said, "Join the fucking union and put it down on your expense form." He said, "I'll pay you." So I went to join the union. And I went back again. I said, "I've joined the union, okay?" And he then gave me the load. And when it came to paying the subs, I dropped out. No, and I told them, I said I was pressured into joining the union. Who's that? I think it's Shane. Alan Zip MK2. How the hell am I supposed to know? Olin Zip MK2. I think you are Shane. You'll probably tell me. So I'm not a good union man. Yes, it's Shane. Yeah, it is me. Sorry, excuse me. I had a hectic day yesterday. We had the funeral of my sister, and then the wake, and I met family members I only ever see at funerals. And some American guy has told me that I'm boring and send people to sleep. I'm a great cure for insomniacs. Have I got that right? Yeah, perhaps I've got hold of the mind of the stick there. I don't know. And he wants me to talk about the paedophile royal family. Well, what do you think, Shane? Prince Andrew is in trouble, isn't he? Yeah, with Jeffrey Epstein. Although that isn't actually paedophilia. I don't think. No. What do you think, Joey? Hey? Oi! What do you think? Say squeak. Do a squeak. I said, "No, you're answering me." No, it's fucking dumb. Shane, don't follow the royal family. Well, I don't. Oh, yeah. On the convoy during the miners' strike with all our drivers, when we got back to Port Talbot to pick another load up, we all stood, got a drink, and this security man came in and he started gushing about the Queen Mother. She's a wonderful lady. We should be very proud of our royal family, and the Queen Mother is the epitome of everything that's right. And I said, "What a fucking old bag." I said, "If my late mother had the cushy life that she's had, she's never had to get down on her hands and knees and scrub floors and wash curtains." And I said, and I called her a fucking old bag. And this bloke was furious. He threatened to hit me. Said, "How dare you speak about the Queen Mother like that?" And I said, "I'll fucking say what I like, mate. If you don't like it, tough." "Oh, Karen, hello, darling." And I said, "No, if you don't like what I'm saying, tough." And my mate stepped in front and said, "You lay one finger on Arthur and you'll regret it." And, well, I mean, I suppose she was a great lady, was she? I don't know. I suppose, yeah. But, I mean, the cushy life that she had, no wonder she lived to the age of 100 plus. I can't remember how old she was when she died. But she had a very, very, like all of them, a very cushy life. My poor old mother, she struggled through her life like many mothers. Yeah. Yes, Karen, you said that you missed me on my previous live, but you're back here, and it's good to have you, darling. Uh, yeah, an American guy or lady, American bulldog, hinted, I think, that I'm a rather boring person and send people to sleep. I could have, I could be completely wrong. I mean, he might come on here and tell me, or she. I mean, I don't know who American Bulldog is. Could be a lady, could be a bloke. And she wants to talk about the paedophile royal family. Well, I don't know. I know that he didn't treat Diana right. No, she was a breath of fresh air in the royal family, but she had to go. Yes, right, Joey. Yeah, Joey agrees with me. Did you hear him? And am I royalist? Well, I did meet them. I didn't meet them. What am I talking about? I saw them the way back when I were delivering I think it was Blackburn in Lancashire, and I saw this road coned off, closed by the police, and I was delivering to schools, and my school were down this road. The police were all chatting amongst themselves, and I turned into this road in my old the company's red van, and all the public were lined up each side of the road as I trundled through, and they all went, "Hey!" And I was waving to them. And the police motorcyclist roared up. He said, "Get this van off the road now." I said, "Well, I'm delivering to a school down the road here, just on the right. Move now!" And I pulled in as the royal limo glided past with Her Majesty and Prince Philip waving to the public. I thought, do they mind? I'm doing a fucking job of work. I'm delivering. How's the weather, Karen? No. Karen, hello. How's the weather here, Shane? Well, the heat's gone away. I'm rather glad the heat has gone because it's affecting my breathing. I had to keep using that thing. Take the cap off. Yeah, but anyway, the heat's gone away, and my son and I next week, well, this coming week, we're getting ready to go off to Norfolk, the Norfolk Broads, for a week's holiday. I cannot go myself now because I'm too bad on my feet, and I'm alone. If I were to fall over, I wouldn't be able to get myself up again. So I have to go with somebody. And of course, Andrew, since he lost his mother, he just fuss around me now, And I said to him, Andrew, I'm not at fucking death's door yet, He says, yeah, but Dad, I care about you. And which is very nice, I suppose. Yeah, I've got 2 children, my daughter Anne and son Andrew, and we will be in Norfolk next week. And I'll get him to tell me why I can't go live with my iPhone. And I'd like to go live on my mobile while I'm down in Norfolk, and Andrew will sort it out for me. So, how are you keeping, Karen? At least I have a son and a daughter that cares. Yeah, I do, Karen. Yeah, and they do care. Since I lost their mother, because I dread what's going to happen when you go, Dad. And I said, well, you're going to have to accept the fact, Andrew, that I am going to go. I'm 80 now, and I'm not going to last forever. One day I shall leave this physical life. But it depends on whether you believe in life after death. If any of you think that once you're dead, you're dead. That's like one of my brothers. That's what he says. Once you're dead, you're dead. I said, what's the point in being here then? Eh? I said, what's the point in being here if you think that? Once you're dead, you're dead. You might as well swallow tablets and But he's a bit thick. I could say as thick as pig shit, but he's my brother. Perhaps I shouldn't be that unkind. What are you on about, Karen? Autumn weather. Yeah, autumn's a nice time of the year. It gets Ooh, it gets chilly in autumn, and I don't handle the cold very well. I'm dreading this winter. If we get a very cold winter, could kill me off. Yeah, I've always got cold feet. Even now, I've got cold feet, and it's not. So for you, Shane, you love autumn and winter. Yeah, well, you've got enough meat on you to keep you warm. But I'm big. Yeah, not that I overeat. A lot of it's due to diabetes and lack of exercise. And even now, at this time of the year, I get cold feet. My feet are cold now, but that's due to poor circulation. Do you agree, Joey? Yes, you do. Yeah, that's right. He agrees with Daddy, don't you? Karen, you put a lot of clothes on, and you have an old metal hot water bottle for your feet. Good God. Why don't you buy one? Ordinary, a proper bottle. Old metal hot water bottle. Good God, where do you live? In the middle of nowhere? In a shack? No, I mustn't upset you. I've got an electric blanket. Haven't you ever heard of electric blankets, Karen? You got it from eBay? 1930s, very old. Well, why don't you buy an electric blanket? My electric blanket this winter will be overused. And of course, my electricity supply, E.ON, great timing. They are 1st of October, they put the prices up, the price of electric up. Oh, wonderful timing, guys. Yeah. They're going to have done that in April, at the start of the summer. They have to wait till the start of what could be a very cold winter. Fucking arseholes. So the electricity is going to cost more. Well, I get benefits, disability benefits, and care allowance. I've got a key meter. Excuse me. I buy the electricity as I need it. Your furnace died, so you use hot water bottle at your feet by the computer and the electric mattress pad on the bed at night. Now, that's an idea, Karen. You've given me an idea. When I'm sat here, I need something around my feet to keep my feet warm. Yeah, that's right. Ought to think about that. Oh dear, what's up with my eyes? I had trouble with the glasses this week. I had to go to the optician yesterday. A screw came loose and the lens dropped out. And my eyesight is deteriorating. Yeah, they still were cheaper than heaters. Yeah, that's right, Karen. So, what's Daddy going to do now? Yeah, I haven't spoken much about the paedophile royal family because the the Queen is say most of the royal family are into paedophilia, but are they? I don't know. I'm sorry, American Bulldog, whoever you are. I'm not going to go into that. Let me light up another fag. Cigarette, I hasten to add. Do I follow? Oh yeah, Brexit. That's right. American Bulldog said she supports Brexit. Yeah, I do. I think we should get out of the EU. Fucking Ted Heath, the paedophile, he was. The previous Prime Minister, Ted Heath, he took us into Europe, at that time, the common market. And he was very dodgy. So I am watching Brexit, yeah, and I like Boris Johnson. I don't care what anybody said, and I think Boris will get us out of Europe. But all the people with money are ganging up on him. That's John Major, the ex-Prime Minister, Richard Branson, filthy Richard Branson, and a lot of people are ganging up on Boris. But no, I like Boris, and I like Donald Trump as well. I think Donald Trump is good for America. Yeah. I mean, the previous American president, Obama, well, I better not say anything about him. Otherwise, that could get me thrown off YouTube. But I'm glad to see him go. And I like Donald. The only thing I think about Donald is he should be more diplomatic. Stop sending tweets. Be more presidential instead of tweeting messages. But of course, he is an ex-businessman. Yeah, that's right, Shane. Brexit will take place on October the 31st, unless John Major's now talking about going to court to try and stop trying to stop Boris from closing Parliament down for 3 weeks, to stop Parliament voting to stop him from leaving. So we'll see what happens. But I think Boris, and of course the Queen, agreed with him. Yeah. I mean, I think the Queen must be quite alarmed at the state this country's in. Yeah, what with the immigration and thousands of people from the African continent all flooding to the west. What did Karen just say? You feel the same about Donald Trump, says things he ought not to, but otherwise it's okay. Yeah. It could be a bit more diplomatic, but generally speaking, I think Donald is good for America. My lady friend in Orlando, Florida, her and husband, they've been over here quite a few times. He's a big Texan guy, and shaking my hand. Oh God. Got a firm handshake, and Eric, her husband, they are getting prepared for the hurricane that's due to hit Florida. Boarding the windows up, I think it's due to hit Florida on Sunday evening, and it could be. Although hurricanes do have a habit of changing course, don't they? Yeah, so hopefully Rebecca in Florida will be okay. But for several weeks now, she's complained about the heat, over 100 degrees every day. And I've said to her some weeks ago, I said, you wait till it breaks. It's going to break in a hurricane. And of course, it looks like it's going to. Karen, you've got a cousin in Florida. Yeah, the west side of it, though. Well, I don't know whether... I mean, I still get messages on WhatsApp on my iPhone from Rebecca. I have a message. We message each other every day, and I think at the moment, did she say today there's been a slight change of course, but the hurricane is still heading towards Florida, and it will hit on, I think, Sunday night, Monday morning. And she said it's scary. You wouldn't believe it when these hurricanes hit. Could have, of course, here we don't get them. We can at times get hurricane force winds. Anyway, so am I sending you to sleep, you lot? Am I boring you? I don't know. Probably American Bulldog will come back and tell me and say, no, Arthur, you got it all wrong. Or, I don't know. Yeah, well, I'm knocking on a bit now. As you know, I'm 80 and I can get confused a little. And I had a breakfast earlier at the cafe, so what we're going to have now, a nice cheese sandwich. What are you going to have for your tea, Joey? Hey? Munchy munchy, all that lovely seed. You've got 2 pots full of seed, haven't you? Yeah. And change your water. Aren't you a lucky bird having me to look after you? So yeah, that's a good idea. And what I was thinking of, Karen, this winter, you can buy special socks. They aren't cheap, and they have a little battery. The When you pull them up and put them on, you switch on, and they do warm up. And for people like me who suffer with cold feet, uh, they will keep my feet warm. And I think I might buy a pair. Probably end up buying 2. So, Karen, what you having? A sausage patty and onion rings. And you said, Karen, battery heated socks are great. Yeah, they must be ideal for someone like me then, who's got poor circulation and cold feet. I mean, I shouldn't be having cold feet this time of the year because it's not particularly cold here. Of course, Shane lives on the south coast of the UK, Torquay, an area I used to go around there a lot when I lived in Somerset, and I was delivering to building sites. I once delivered to Minehead, and up this back road I got a 20-tonner, noisy engine, and I drove up the back road to the site, and a posh lady and gentleman on 2 horses approached, and he was flagging his hand to stop me. So I stopped, and he came up. He said, "Stay there, don't move." And I was holding the truck on the foot brake because it was a hill, so I had to put the parking brake on. And of course, I put the parking brake on. It went, psh, and the lady's horse reared up, threw her off the horse, went galloping down the road. And this bloke says to me, "You bloody idiot! What's happened now?" I says, "Well, I only put a parking brake on. I'm doing the work, mate." And he was fuming. Well, I thought, what have I done wrong? When you drive a truck with air brakes and you stop on a hill, you can't sit there holding the foot brake because it's possible that the air pressure could go down. Well, I mean, if these horses can be highly temperamental, and they should be on a fucking field, not on a main road. That's what I think. Anyway, Karen, they have heated jackets as well. Well, I'm not so bad. I've got coats and everything to keep me warm at the top. Keep me warm at the top, but now this problem with cold feet. Shane, you're based at St Mary's Church, Torquay. Well, I don't know Torquay that well. What's the next one to Torquay? Payton, into. But I often used to deliver around that area, bringing stone down from the Mendip quarries in Somerset. I need a cup of tea and a cheese sandwich. I think later on, before I go to bed, bees on toast, but mixed with a bit of tin tomatoes. It's in the fridge. You're very close to Babbacombe, are you? Oh, yeah, Babbacombe. Yeah, I've been there, Shane. When I was married with my late wife, Christine, I used to read the rugby scores out at the weekend. Wakefield, I've been there, versus Leeds, been there. Huddersfield, been there, versus Sheffield, been there. And Christine used to say, "Is there any fucking where you haven't been?" I says, "No, dear. I'm a long distance trucker and I've been everywhere, man, woman." And yeah, I don't need heated jackets, Karen, but I do need something for my cold feet, poor circulation. The funeral went off all right yesterday. You know, my sister had been laid to rest, and I hobbled up on my crutch and threw a red rose, did the sign of the cross, and threw a red rose in and sprinkled a bit of soil, and then I went back to my scooter, my mobility scooter. then went down into Netherfield for the wake. And they're good to meet the family. And I said earlier, didn't to somebody else, there was a gentleman at the funeral. I said, "Oh, I don't think I know you." And this lady said, "Hey, it's Pete, my husband." And I looked at her. I said, "Who are you then?" She says, "I'm your niece." Yeah, it's Denise, my Aunt Flo's daughter. I said, "Oh, Denise, I'm sorry, though, but I only ever see you at funerals." And before I left, after it was all over, because I was only drinking cider shandy, I said, "Right, Denise, I'm off. I'll see you at the next funeral." She says, "Oh dear, that sounds awful, but it's true." The mobility scooters were great, yeah. Mine is new, given to me by the RAF Association because I served in the RAF, and I've got a big one. When two batteries, and when they're both charged up, it'll do 28 mile if I wanted to. But a lady here, Jeanette, and I, she's got a new one, and we go down to Collick Park, our local beauty spot. Wild horses. Jeanette, no, not Jeanette. I've been watching on YouTube a lot. Susan Boyle. I Dreamed a Dream, and she was in America, and they all love Susan Boyle, except for my son Andrew. Well, I put one tracks on my Facebook page, but I hid it from Andrew because he'll come and say some nasty things about her. Really? Who said that? Oh, Shane. My live streams deserve plenty more views. Well, I don't know about that, Shane. I mean, I don't talk about anything particularly. If anything else, I just waffle. Yeah. But I can keep talking if people keep giving me something to talk about. But then all of a sudden, if nothing appears on the right, I'm liable to not have anything to say. Without repeating myself, I do repeat myself a lot, but a lot of old people do repeat themselves, don't they? Yeah. Well, I shall never get down to Torquay again, Shane, so I shall never get a chance to meet you. No. You'd like Andrew for the funeral yesterday. He shaved. He had it clean shaven, and I said to him, "It don't suit you. You should, a bit of stubble suits you much better." And me, well, I had a beard trim. Terrible picture, isn't it? But I've got the blinds drawn. I can turn this light off. Yeah, that's better, I think. I might flatten you. Yeah, you are rather pleasantly plump. Is that the word? Well, you got plenty of meat on you. I've always had a big belly. People used to say, "Yeah, beer belly," but no, I'm not a great beer drinker. It was mainly through driving buses and trucks for hour after hour and not getting exercise. And when you're diabetic men can tend to put weight on and have big bellies. But my belly now is not as big as it was, and it's hanging. It's not solid anymore. You look very lean back in your younger. Oh yeah, I was. Fucking hell. Yeah, in the 60s when I married Christine, I was about 9 stone, and I used to suffer every winter, feel the cold terrible, but I was young, fit, and healthy. Of course, in Cyprus with the RAF, I was very fit. That's why I joined the RAF Mountain Rescue Team, shinning up the Kyrenia and the Troodos Mountains in Cyprus. Yeah, but those were the days, my friends. Those were the days. Do you like my posh shirt? I wore it yesterday. I'm wearing it again today, but it can go for a wash tomorrow. When I first looked at that comment, Shane, I thought I might flatter you. I thought, well, no, it's not flatter, flatten. Yeah, because you are a rather large gentleman, aren't you? Well, I am. I mean, one neighbour I mixed with, he said I'm fat. I said, I beg your pardon. What do you mean fat? I said, well, you are. I said, well, you're not so small yourself, you insulting bastard. Fat. Oh dear. Do you think I'm fat, Joey? Hey? Oi! Do you think Daddy's fat? Peeping out from behind your mirror? I'm drying up because you're not giving me anything to talk about. So you better come back and give me something to talk about, or I'm going. I'll close the live feed. Should I light another cigarette up? Well, I've got a bit of a belly on me. So yes, Karen, it looks as though this winter I will be buying some of those specially heated socks. Try and keep my feet warm. No one else coming to join me? Do you remember tube type radio? Oh yeah, the old radios with the tubes. Yeah, of course now it's all digital, isn't it? Batteries. But yeah, I used to have the old radios with the tubes in, like a little ball. I remember them well. But over the years, we've progressed, haven't we? So what's our general opinion of our royal family? Well, do we want the same political system that they've got in America with, say, for instance, President Blair, what also Blair was? Say, no, I don't know, but are our family paedophilia or not? Well, that's debatable. You bought replacement tubes at the drugstore, did you? Of course, you're in America, aren't you, Karen? Are you in a tornado area? I wonder. I'm moving away from the mic, but I think you can still hear me. It's a good microphone. The microphone's good, even though the webcam isn't. The webcam has got mics on it, but I use a separate mic. Given to me by two friends I've known a long time, over 40 years now. You can hear me okay? Yeah. Karen, you get tornadoes, but one isn't hit your area, but come close. No, I'm not going to light another fag up. I can have a speech impediment if I try to say cigarette. I'll call him a fag. Yeah, but all over the world, look at the Amazon ablaze. Yeah, some parts of Asia, absolutely disastrous floods. Look at Saudi Arabia, disastrous floods, even snowing. The weather is topsy-turvy all over the world, but it's because we're coming to the expected polar flip, is it? Yeah, the actual North Pole is miles away. Well, the magnetic North Pole is now miles away from the actual North Pole, the same as the magnetic South Pole is miles away from the actual South Pole. And they are both moving, and eventually they will flip, and this planet could be, if not destroyed, life on this planet could be destroyed in a big way because we've not had a polar flip in our lifetime. I'm calling it a polar flip. Well, that's what it is, yeah. Because I do follow every day on YouTube Ben Davison, the Suspicious Observer, and he does a daily upload about space weather, what's happening on the sun. We're not getting any solar flares now, but we're getting lots of black holes, which is causing disastrous earthquakes in some parts of the world. So I need a cup of tea bad. I'll get my cheese sandwich. What shall I have on it? Brown sauce or tomato sauce? Brown sauce, I think. And I'm doing a lot of talking, and I had a bit of a bad chest due to the cheap fags I'm smoking. Yeah, my feet are cold. But if I stamp my feet, a bit of friction, I can feel warmth down there. So I do need some of them socks. Yeah, they aren't cheap, but I'll look on Amazon. And when the weather gets really bad, I think that will be a good idea for my cold feet. Yeah, you're ready for some lunch too, are you, Karen? Yeah, well, lunch, I suppose it's tea time here. What time is it? It's 6:35. Oh, X Factor's on tonight. I think it's X Factor. Simon Cowell. People slag him off. Well, I like his shows. Yeah. I never had the television on. It only ever goes on when Andrew's here. 12:35 there. 12:35 at night or in the morning. During the day. That's during the day then. 12:35. So you're just past 12 noon. Yeah, you're 5 hours behind us, aren't you? That's right. But I've got Sam in Pennsylvania who was on with me earlier, but he's working this weekend, noontime, yeah. Sam's working this weekend. And him and his family watching America Got Talent, they were very impressed with Susan Boyle when she appeared on America's Got Talent, and it's all on YouTube anyway. So I'm closing down and getting. I think I need to put my dressing gown on because it's a little chilly, and that'll do for this live broadcast. And I'll wait to hear from this American Bulldog. Good night, darling, Karen. Love you, and good night, Shane. Up yours, mate. No, good night, mate. And who else was on that? No, just you two, Shane and Karen. Take care. Yeah, I will, Shane. Yeah, I'll try anyway. So I'll end this stream. Bye, everybody. End now.